All right, thank you, James King, for giving us an opportunity again. We came last week or a week and a half ago, and we did not have our third candidate with us. We do have her with us tonight. You're going to get to meet her and any of her concerns she would like to share with you. We also have Ms. Sparkmon that's here also, which is the 1, 2, 3 on the ballot. And we're going to share some more information to you, the voter, as why we are running and why the importance of you coming out to vote takes precedence. I'm going to give it right over to Miss Tishana Sparkman, and she's going to fill you in on who she is and why she's running and anything else you'd like to say. Ms. Sparkman?
Oh, thank you. Thank you for having us back. It's a pleasure. Yes, my name is Tishana Sparkman, Pleasantville resident and PTO board president. A little bit about why I'm running is because I wasn't aware of how bad things were on the board currently and how much it was impacting our district. And I felt that I couldn't just stand there and just watch it happen and not do something about it. You know, these are our kids. I have 3 little ones in a district. I know Doris has children in the district, and, you know, as moms, what's more powerful than mothers? Would you agree? Yeah. You know, so
Amen.
I think that it's high time that us as parents, as a community, take back our district, starting with us, but definitely not ending with us. So thank you for having me back. I appreciate it.
Hi, my name is Doris Rowell, and I am running for the school board for the 3-year term seat. And I want to tell you a little bit about myself. I was born, raised in Pleasantville. I've been here for over 30 years. I'm married, have 3 children. And my reasoning for wanting to run is because we want change. We need change in the district. So I decided to run because I want to be able to get a stable superintendent to direct our district, to run our district. I want to be able to balance the budget. I want to be able to hire qualified staff. I want to be able to bring the programs back that they so took away from our children. I want to be able to make sure that the parents are more involved, the community is more involved, and most of all, that the board meetings are run more smoothly and we can have the community involved in the board meetings. We're not feeling like they're not able to come and they don't have a voice. So, and with that, I also want to make sure we get the mold out of the school. I want to make sure our test scores go up. I want to make sure that our kids, we bring back these programs that these kids so need, like ACIT. We can have ACIT in the district. So that's my means of really wanting to run. So I'm a part of New Change, and I would like it if you guys would come out and vote for me, not just only vote for me, vote for my team, which is 1, 2, 3, Jerome, Sparkman, and Rowell.
All right, all right. Thank you both for being here, giving the opportunity for the citizens of Pleasantville to meet us face to face. You know, we have 10 candidates running. We are 3 of the 10. My concern is I don't know any of the 7 that are running as far as knowing who they are. I've never seen them at a school board meeting. I've never seen them anywhere in the community. And I'm really concerned because this organization that we're running against, we're not running against the 7 people that are running. We're running against an organization that has taken over the board for the last 8 years. Okay, and I'm going to spell it out. It's the Callaway organization. And because of that, the election becomes very, very important because they end up supporting 3 candidates who have no clue of what they're getting themselves into once they get on the board. Yes, they have a process with the absentee ballots. And for years now, that absentee ballots have worked for them of how they put it together. And the problem I have with it is they don't select the qualified person, basically. They just select someone that is weak-minded, that will listen to what they have to say. Because when you get on the school board, it becomes reality. You find out that you're messing with the children's life mind. You're messing with how they think. And, as a board of education, it is our job to hire the best qualified teacher, custodian, security officer, special support staff. We have to hire the best. Why? Because the best gives us the opportunity to have our children become the best. All right? So that's very important. And it starts with the Board of Education. And I just want to say that we need you as the voters to come out and really make this happen. It is in your hands. I've taken 1 year to be on the board to figure out everything. And I tell you, I've been on the phone every day, every week for the last 6 months, calling the State of New Jersey, Board of Education, State of Education, and Department of Education. They know my name. They know my last name. I know how many kids the secretaries have on different people that are up there. But they finally came with a decision to force out our superintendent and our assistant superintendent. I was very, very happy that happened, because they were being used by this organization that has taken over the Pleasantville Board of Education. We now have opportunity, citizens of Pleasantville, we have opportunity to bring in a new board, a board that is experienced, that is ready to operate the first day that they're sworn in, and to come together and to select a superintendent that is going to give us what we want. It's the 9 members that come together and they make the requirements of our superintendent, the chief educator of the district. And if they meet that qualification, male, female, black, Spanish, it doesn't matter. If they meet that qualifications, then they come in and they operate on 9-member board, coming up with what they call the board retreat agenda. Okay, we will have a board retreat agenda in January where all 9 members come. We spend about 8 hours to figure out what our goals and objectives are, what our district goals are, what our superintendent's goals are going to be, what the board's goals are going to be, and we come out of that meeting with one agenda. And that agenda is educating our students and treating our employees, our staff, with respect and dignity. Okay, I can go on and on. I want to hear you spend some time with Ms. Sparkmon and Ms. Rowell, and they have the same desires that I have. And I would like that to Ms. Rowell.
Hi, and yes, I'm asking the public. We need you, like Mr. Page said. We need you. We need you to come out and support us. We need you to come out and vote. If you haven't came out in the past, we really, really, really need you to come out and vote, because we can't do it unless you guys come out and put us in the office and elect us. So we really, really need Pleasantville's support. We want you to come out on November 5th and vote for us. If you say you don't have a ride, you need a ride, or you can't get there, we'll send someone to pick you up. But we really, really need you to vote for us. And by you voting for us, this is where the change begins. We can't start a new beginning unless you put us there. So that's why it's so important for you guys to come out on that day and vote, because you're part of that change. We want to bring back the things that our students so desire. We want to be a district where you don't hear people saying they don't want to bring their kids, or this is going on, or all these lawsuits are going on. We don't want to be a part of that. We want to be a district that we welcome kids. And now it has been talk in the past where Absecon wants to pull out some of their kids because they feel like their kids aren't getting a great education. Okay, we want to change all that. And the only way we can change that unless the public comes out. Us three can't put ourselves in office. We need the support of Pleasantville to really come out like never before, like they're giving something away free, to come out and vote for us. So we're asking you. So with that, getting back to the Absecon thing, we don't want seeking or nobody to be ashamed of our kids, because if they take those kids out, that's money out of our budget. Okay, and we're working with a budget of $88 million, like Mr. Page said. There's no reason why we can't balance the budget. There's no reason why we should be looking for money. We have the money, but we're not doing what we should do. So as us coming in on that day, when we're elected to come in on January, we're going to do what we need to do as far as moving this district forward. We're going to get rid of these monitors because we don't need no monitors, because we can run this district all by ourselves. And when you guys vote for us, I want you to hold us accountable. 1, 2, 3. If you see we're not doing what we said we were going to do throughout this campaign, I want you to hold us accountable. I want you to be able to come to the mic and say, well, that's not what you said, Doris Rowell. That's not what you said, Jerome Pate. That's not what you said, Tiana Sparkman. That's not what you said of the other board members that are on there. So I want you to really hold us accountable. And I want to also let you know, change is not going to happen overnight. It's going to take us a process. So I want everyone to know that. Don't think because when we're getting there, oh, next month that everything is supposed to change. No, 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 no. It takes time, but we're going to make that change, and we're going to start with that. And we're also going to start with the curriculum, because that's where it starts. Our kids learning with the curriculum. If the curriculum's not right, kids can't learn. And after we get that straight, we want to start with the test scores and stuff, to help, you know, these programs that could help the kids. That's what we want to do. We're going to bring back those after-school programs. The same thing they're doing at ACIT, we can do at Pleasantville, too. We have over 9,000 people that live in Pleasantville?
19.
19. So go figure. We should have a whole bunch of people at the polls. If you're tired of hearing what they're saying about Pleasantville, if you're tired of this is not right with Pleasantville, this is wrong with Pleasantville, I challenge you to come out and vote 1, 2, 3. And when you do that, you're going to see change. And we all care about the children, and we all want what's best for the children. And another thing, our tax dollars is going for this. So you need to come out, and you really need to vote. And when we get on also, we want the community to come back. We want you to be able to come to the mic and state what's going on. We want to be able to open up the swimming pool again to the community, have programs where our kids can go to the swimming pool. We want to be able to open up the track field where our kids can come run on the track field. Matter of fact, where we can walk on the track field, because I believe our tax dollars, I think Brother Jerome can tell us about, that belongs to the community. You know, and we want to stop all these lawsuits where everyone wants to come in and sue us. And then when we're done, we got no money to buy no books, or we can't change the curriculum because we got so many lawsuits. We want to stop that. And the way we stop that is good leadership. And we most of all want to get a superintendent, a permanent superintendent that cares about the kids, that is experienced, that's educated, and that cares for the district. And that's going to work with the board.
This election this year is very important because it's going to either make or break our district. We're looking at losing total control over our board and the state coming in and taking over. At that point, we don't know where the future of our kids lie, and that's the most important thing, is raising our leaders. I almost feel like it's an attack against our kids in the community, because when they have no support from the school, there's nothing left for them to do but to be violent. And when there's nothing left for them to do but be violent, then there's nothing left to do but to put them in cuffs. As early as 10, 11, 12, and 13 years old, in cuffs and incarcerated, because the school and the community didn't step up and take responsibility for these young ones and their education. You know, it's quite saddening, because I get to see firsthand on a daily basis how much talent is in this district, and how much intelligence is in this district, and it's not being utilized. There's no outlet for them. No outlet for their talent, no outlet for their brain, no outlet for their energy. Just nothing here positive for them. And it needs a change. It needs a change yesterday. It needs to change yesterday.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
You know, new leadership, getting all those people that are up there that means to do our kids ill off, and replacing them with people who actually want to see our kids grow into productive young men and women. Productive young men and women.
Amen.
You know, this entire community that can be turned around. The school would just get on board, if the district would just get on board, you know, thriving businesses and, you know, lower taxes and things like that. It all coincides. It all coincides. But if the community don't step in and help, Pleasantville is in danger.
Amen.
So we need everybody to take responsibility for what's happening in this school district. Whether you have children or not, you do pay taxes. So it matters. So whether you have children or not in the district, we need everyone, every single person to come out and vote for new leadership.
Amen. That is exactly what we need. You know, we're looking at a board now that have no vision. There's an organization that has taken over the board that has a vision, but it's not a vision for our children. It's a vision for their personal use. What is very, very important is that we get a board of people that will come together, willing to go to the New Jersey School Boards Academy. They're willing to get their certification in every area of the aspect of being a board member, understanding their role as a board member, understanding that when the vote is taken out of 9 members, the majority rules. And when the majority rules, later the full board comes together to respect that majority rule. We have something that we agree with as the Robert Rules of Order. The Robert Rules of Order is the first line of business that we do on the first day we're sworn in. We take that oath, very important, and we say that we will honor the Robert Rules of Order. What is so important about the Robert Rules of Order? Well, when you have a 9-member board and the majority is 5, the 4 need to have a voice. They need to know that they can speak when they have to speak. They need to know that they should not be shut down. They should be allowed to say whatever is on their mind as long as it's a respectful matter. The Robert Rules of Order allows that to happen. Okay? And that's what I've been harping on for the whole time I've been on the board. The board cannot give me my authority. I have to earn it and I have to get it in respect. But at the same time, the Robert Rules of Order will put that back in order. Okay, it will give us a voice. And we ran last year, was able to get 4 board members on with myself. We're running again this year. We just need 3, all 3 of us. We can change the leadership of the board. We have 3 board members presently right there. Chanel Morgan, Rick Norris, and Cassie Clements. I'm sorry, Clements. And we have them 3 waiting for us and us coming on. It is up to the citizens of Pleasantville to really make that decision. And like Ms. Rowell said, hold us accountable. You know, I'm saying what we're going to do, but I can't do it by myself. I need the team that we have here, and I need the team that's already on the board. We're ready. We are ready to make this district, bring back the pride on the board, bring back the integrity of the board, and just make everything decent and in order. You know, good press. You see us in the paper. It's going to be all good. It's nothing bad. But I also want to say to the staff, we want to take away that fear factor that's been in the district for so long. You don't know who to trust. You don't know who to talk to. You don't know if you come up to the board meeting and you voice your opinion. 30 days later, you're on the chopping block. You're going to be terminated. That is going to stop immediately. Okay, and we're ready for this. You know, it's time for change. You know, this organization that has the grip that they have, they only have it because of many people in the district that are going to vote absentee ballot, and they give their ballot away, and their vote is taken out, and they put their vote in. That's how they work this system. Okay, nobody knows how it actually occurs, but it happens. All right, we're asking you, when you get your absentee ballot, you fill it out. You sign the envelope, you seal it, and you take it to the post office, or you wait until that mail person comes to your house and you give it to them. Do not give it to anyone else. The Hispanic community, I'm urging you, I'm not speaking in Spanish, I'm speaking in English, but you can understand this. Do not give your ballot to no one. Your vote counts as well as anyone else. If you give your ballot to someone, they're going to take it. They're going to take it back to where they handle these ballots. They're going to take your ballot out, and they're going to put their ballot in. So do not give it to no one. Let this be a fair election. Let the people make the decision, especially if you vote by absentee ballot. Okay?
And I also want to say something in regards to the absentee ballots. This is Doris Rowell. I ran in 2014. I won at the polls, but I was knocked out by absentee ballots. Now, see, the community voted for me. They wanted me in there, but the absentee ballots knocked me out. I ran again the following year. Community put me back in again. The absentee ballots took me back out. See, the community is saying what they want, but the absentee ballots are just knocking our good candidates out. So that's the reason why I said, you know what, I don't have time for this. This is crazy. So I didn't even run. But Pleasantville started getting so much bad publicity. The board, you don't see none of the board meetings on TV no more. You're still seeing a tape from last year, I want to say. December. You know, some people that can't get out, that can watch TV, there's no meetings on TV. And when you do see it, they're all fighting, fussing, no one can talk, and no one wants to come to the mic. And when you come to the mic, you're either cut off, your time is up, you can't do that, that's against the rules, let me check with the lawyer. We are supposed to be leading this district as professionals. And we are not being professionals when we do that type of thing. So that's why we need new leadership. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to give you that. You're not going to, when you vote us in, you're not going to come to the board meeting and we shut you down. You're going to be able to voice what you have to say. There's not going to be no bickering because we're adults here. And we all say we're striving for the same thing. So what are you bickering back and forth for? What are you worried about what this person is doing or what they're bringing in or they're not supposed to be doing this? Let me check with the lawyer, or half the board doesn't know what's going on. That's not what that is. The board is 9 people, and 9 people should know the same thing. We should have the same goal in mind. And if you don't have that goal in mind, you really, you know, and I don't know if I should be saying this, you really shouldn't even be on the board. Because we have the goal is the children, running the district properly. So that's our goal. And that's where we should be. So that's my take of, you know, with the absentee ballots, like Mr. Page said, don't let no one take your absentee vote, put it in the mail. Because like I said, the community put me in 2 years straight, and the absentee ballots knocked me out. And you know what? No one from the state, no one from Board of Elections, nobody questioned that. You had a great candidate. And from that point on, that board has been a mess. And we have been out knocking on doors, doing campaigning. And you know what we hear? Oh, they're trying to change it? It's not good what is being said. All you have to do is get the tape, and you go back nine months, because they're supposed to tape it, and you'll see how discombobulated it is. We want to be on one accord because it's about the kids. We want to leave our personal issues outside, and then we want to do the business that is at hand, and that's running a district.
I think it's no secret what's going on in the district. You know, for years now, all we hear is people talk about how negative the district is and how bad the board is. You open up the newspaper and there it is. You turn on the TV and there it is. You know, I'm ready for a solution. I'm ready to fix the issues. I'm ready to stop talking about this organization. I'm ready to stop talking about, what the kids don't have access to, what clubs are missing. I'm ready to put all of that behind us and start fresh and start new. There's so much potential in this district, so much, with everyone, kids, adults, everyone, And I think it's high time that we give the community the platform to be able to show. It's saddening. It really breaks my heart because I'm a mom. I got 3 kids in this district, 2 in the middle school and 1 in South Main Street School. So I get to see firsthand how they're affected by what's going on the board and how it just trickles down. Get to see firsthand the incompetence of what's going on up there. Almost like no one up there knows what they're doing or what they want to do. Everybody wants to be the boss. You know what I mean? It's absolutely ridiculous. I don't want to talk about this organization anymore. They're no secret anymore. Everyone knows. It's been going on for years. There was incidents over a decade ago.
Yeah.
This has been going on for allegedly decades.
Yeah, 10 years.
This is pretty much our last chance.
Yes.
To fix what's going on.
Amen. Amen. And let me just go a little bit further to explain to you, the voter, what is the role of the Board of Education? What actually do we do? Well, the first thing is we're sworn in after an election, and that's held in January, the first week in January. After we're sworn in, we have what they call a reorganization meeting. Now, every year, there's always 3 seats open for the board, every year. During the course of the year, you may have board members that may resign and leave the board. Then, at the end of the year, you have always 3 seats available and the 1 seat of someone leaving the seat. It becomes 4 seats that are available. But that 4th seat would be a unexpired term. If the board member leaves with 2 more years left, then it is a 2-year unexpired term, but it's always added to the 3 seats available every year. Now, the election process is this. A board member that submits a petition in to the Board of Elections by a deadline of, I believe, July the 31st, Monday at 4 p.m., they have at least 10 signatures on the petition that allows them to qualify to run in the school board election. This year, we had 10 candidates that submitted those petitions. Now, once the petition is set in and the election is getting ready to start, the election is normally the general election, November the 6th or 5th. This year it's going to be the 5th. And then on that day, everybody comes out and they vote. Now, in the mail today and yesterday and probably tomorrow, you're going to get what they call a sample ballot. The sample ballot is this here. And what it shows you when you go into the polling place, wherever you're allotted to go, on the machine, you're going to see this exact picture. You're going to see all this. And the important part of the election, it is a general election sample ballot. That means it's politicians that are running also. The politicians are located up in here, A column and B column. And it's normally the Republicans and the Democrats. The Democrats are A, Republicans are B. But in a general election, you can vote for anybody you want. Okay? But remember, there's normally a question on the ballot, and it's on the machine. This question here is allowing us to give our veterans extra benefits that they need. So on the other end, you see yes or no, and it's in Spanish and English, English and Spanish, and you vote yes or no. I'm in favor of it. Then you come down. Don't go to your far right and you see a red button. Do not push that button until you look at the official school board election ballot. We're on here. This is where we're positioned. We're not positioned up where the politicians are. We're positioned down here. We are a nonpartisan people of a group of people. That means the Republicans and the Democrats can vote for us. They don't have to. We don't have to be Democrats or Republicans. It's nonpartisan. Okay? And as you can see here, there's 10 candidates for school board. We are positioned as 1, 2, and 3. That's Page, Sparkmon, and Rowell. Okay? All you do is hit the D1, hit the D2, and hit the D3. The lights will come on somewhere in the area. It may even come on here, but it will come on. Now, if you don't want any of these choices, you have 3 choices to make that is a write-in. Once you push the button, down below there's a tray, alphabetical order, that you would place the name of the person you want to run for the school board. It doesn't have to be any of these people. Okay, but we encourage you to don't even worry about the write-in. Look at the 10 candidates, and especially take a look at 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, that's what we are on the ballot. That will change the whole district as we see it now. Please give us that shot. Then, once you've done all your choices, make sure you have everything you have done. Make sure the lights are lit up. If there's no lights lit up, you got to go up and make your choice. Then you come down, make sure you look at the school board again. Then you come down to your right. On the bottom, there's a red button. Once you push that button, everything disappears. Your vote has been counted. Your vote has been counted. Now, very important. On your sample ballot, you got yours? On your sample ballot, on the other side, it has your name and address. There you go. It has your name and address right up in the corner. If you look at the top, it says Ward 2, District 1. That is where you are going to vote. That is where you're going to vote. If it says Ward 2, District 1. And if you look in the paper or somewhere that they will put this out, Pleasantville Ward 1, District 2, Ward 2, District 1 is at the Citizens mid-rise, the high-rise, mid-rise high-rise apartments there. That's where Ward 2, District 1 is located. So you have to find out from what you have on your sheet what your polling place would be. I think it even actually says it. It does. It says Pleasantville Senior Citizens Mid-Rise. So right on the bottom of that ward and district, it'll tell you exactly where your polling place is. Remember, we've been added another polling place for this year. It's 1-4, that's District Ward 1, Ward 1, District 1, Ward 4, which is the Hope Community Center at Woodland Avenue. Okay, that's been added to the list. And let me just share with you the other wards. You have polling places at Leeds Avenue School. There's 2 polling machines in that building. There's District 1 and Ward 1. There's District 1 and Ward 2. So if you live in those districts, in those wards, you will go to Leeds Avenue School. Then you go to District 1, Ward 3, and that would be the rec center. So if you live in that area, District 1, Ward 3 is the recreation center. And again, District 1, Ward 4 is the Hope 6 Community Center on Woodland Avenue. Then you come across town near Ridgewood, over this side, and you got District 2, Ward 1, which is, again, the Senior Citizens Building on Main Street. Then you have District 2, Ward 2, which is Washington Avenue School on Washington Avenue. You have District 2, Ward 3, South Main Street School. So if you live in that area, that's where you're going to have to go vote. And then you have District 2, Ward 4. That's Faith Baptist Church off of Tilton Road. Remember, Pleasantville is set up in 2 districts. District 1, which is over there near Leeds Avenue, and District 2 is the end of the city, which is Ridgewood. You live in one of those wards in one of those districts. Just make sure you check your sample ballot. It will tell you exactly where you go. Once you've done all that and you've gone on and vote, at the end of the night at 8:00 p.m., the polls close. And we have what you call challengers that sit in the polls, and they make sure that everything is running right from 6 in the morning to 8 at night. And the poll workers start to break down the machine. They come out with 4 tapes of the machine, and they would read off each name and each vote that the person received, starting with the politicians and then ending with the school board. The challengers would take that list and take it to their headquarters, wherever they're working out throughout the city, and they would share that, and they would tally up the votes. And at the end of the night, we would have the walk-in vote. We would have the walk-in vote. Now, later that week, a couple of days later, they would tally up the absentee ballots. What was counted, what was thrown out. They would have that total, and I would say within a week or so, they would have the full total of who won the election. All right? We're asking you to be a part of the process. Don't be, we tell you, stop complaining about what's going on with the school board, and now let's do something about it. Let's vote. Please, let's vote. Because once you vote and make the right decision, you will see the change. You know, I'm a pastor, I'm a minister, and I got to tell you, God hears the prayers of those who have been crying for years. Now God has set it up where he's going to have where the right people are ready to make it happen. All we just need is you to make it happen for us, and we need your vote. Rowell, you can take on from here.
Okay, as Mr. Page said, on November 5th, 6 o'clock in the morning to 8 o'clock, we expect to see you there. We hope to see you there. We encourage you. You need a ride, you need a lift, we'll come pick you up. What will be the number that they need to know, Mr. Page, for the transportation?
609-513-8922. 609-513-8922. And we have a special guest that just walked in. We have Chanel Morgan and Charnel Morgan. She's on the board right now. We'll welcome her into the circle here. And I've been saying some things that now Miss Morgan can kind of let you know the importance of this election. She is the one that came with me last year. We ran together with Rick Norris, and we all won. And now we have a chance to make a change on the board. And this change comes with the board members that are already there and the new board members that you're going to vote in. Miss Morgan, how are you doing today? And can you say a couple words?
First, I want to say good evening. I'm so used to hearing my voice, I can't even hear the echo. These are good microphones. You did your thing on this one. I want to say good evening. And yes, me and Jerome and Rick Norris ran together. So I didn't run with him. We ran together as a team. So I wanted to correct that part right there. It was never a 1. It was a 3. Like now, it's not a 1. It's a 3. So therefore, it's nobody ahead of nobody. Everybody is equal and running for the right purpose.
Amen.
What was the next thing you asked me? Because I'm out of breath from coming up to the steps.
What do you see our chances if the community brings us on? How do you see the board function from there?
Under great leadership, I will see the board turning over for the children. My main thing is this right here. When people come to the board and they ask questions, we are not allowed to answer the questions. And a lot of people be looking at us like, why aren't you answering our questions? So I just want to make this known that it's not because we're ignoring you, that we don't find that what you're saying is not important. And I know you're coming because you want answers, but we're not allowed to answer any questions. We have been told that when people come to the microphone, they're actually talking to the superintendent or the president of the school board, even though they're addressing the entire board. So that's why when we're sitting there and we're looking, especially y'all already know me, I'll be wanting to say something, but at the end of the day, we are not allowed to. Now, when I can't hold it and I see that the person keep coming back, and they're not getting no results, I'm talking. And a lot of people trusting me to know that I have their best interests. And I know we say that it's about the children. It is about the children, but it's about the staff as well as the children, because we have to make sure the staff is okay. So therefore, when they come in these classrooms, they want to give our children their all. And that's where our children is going to benefit from getting their all from the teacher. Now, if we don't put staff as an importance, then they're going to come and give the children their bare minimum, and that's what they'll be getting. They have been getting was the bare minimum, because the staff has not been treated fair and just. So therefore, under new leadership and going back into these old policies that was changed to benefit others, it's time to go back and put the policy where it's going to be fair and just for all. And people that's going in these seats need to know all the hidden agendas, any personal anything need to be put to the side, because it's all about the children, and helping the children is helping staff as well.
Amen. Amen. That's anything else you want to add before we get ready to conclude this?
Well, you can ask me something, because I'm just getting off work, so my mind function is still work. So come on, because you know I'm ready.
You know what the position is on the ballot? We're 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
And
yes.
that important? Do you support that 1, 2, 3?
Absolutely, fully. And another thing, everyone, when it comes to voting, I know a lot of people, and I can't stress this enough, but a lot of people has done mail-in ballots. I'm not against the mail-in ballots. I'm against doing your mail-in ballot and handing it to someone, which I don't have the proof, but it's said that once you hand it to someone, your vote has been taken away from you. If you're not voting the people that they want in, your vote is either going in the trash or it's being erased and done over. Like I said, I don't have the proof, so I'm not going to shout out the names that is being said for it. But what the purpose of me saying that is, it's okay to do absentee ballots. Put it in the mailbox. Give it to the mailman. If it's too late now that you gave it to someone, call the county clerk's office. Ask them to pull up your ballot and tell them who you voted for. And if that vote is not what you said, then it's a problem. And anybody that comes to your door to hand you malicious flyers or postcards or something like that, to stop and say something, ask them their names. Video them, because enough is enough. All this bashing and stuff like that, that's not representing our children. That's not trying to help our district get together. And the people that's doing that is lower than sewer rats. So the whole thing in a nutshell is, when you do your absentee ballots, if you gave them to people already, check and see where your vote is. Because I know people were saying about doing absentee ballots, so therefore you won't lose your vote, you won't lose your voice. But if you do not check to make sure that your vote is who you voted for, you done sold your soul, you done gave it up already. And please don't do it for a turkey. Don't do it for a turkey.
Or $5.
Or $5.
One thing we have to correct what you said about, they can never call in to find out what their vote was, because that's against the law. They can only look at the ballot, see the signature, check it. Once they open it, the envelope goes to one side, the ballot comes out, don't know who voted, whatever. They can never tell you who they voted for. But what they can do, if you gave your ballot to someone, you call the Board of Elections, you tell the name of that person you gave it to. Because that's the responsibility of that person to get your ballot back to where it has to be. Or it may not even get there with your vote in it, because they're going to take your vote out and they're going to put their vote in, but they're going to take your ballot and it's going to end up at the Board of Elections. But what the Board of Elections cannot do until it's time to open the ballots, they got to make sure the signature checks with the registration that they put in years ago. And that's another strategy that they have, this organization have. They have the signatures of people.
Right.
Okay, and they can compare or whatever. But what I just want to correct, that the Board of Elections can never open up a ballot to see what you voted. Only the time they do that is when they open up all the ballots, take the envelope with the signature, put it in one pile, take the ballot, and then count the vote. But it don't tell you what you voted.
Okay.
Nobody can know what you voted.
All right. The reason why I said that is because I was told that if you feel some type of way,
Right.
that your vote might have been changed on the mail-in ballot,
Right.
that they can call in
Right.
or go there
Right.
and let them know who or they voted for, or however the process is. Okay, if it's that's not the process.
Yeah, it's not.
If you sent your vote in
Right.
through mail,
Right.
and you feel like something's not right,
Right.
you can still question it. Now, how that procedure goes, I
Right.
really don't know, because
Right.
somebody told me. You're telling me something different.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, your vote counts.
Right.
And if you feel as though that your vote's not counting or something been done maliciously,
Right.
and like he said, they checking signatures to signatures.
Right.
Again, I don't know how true it is, but I'm hearing that ballots is being opened. If they can erase them, they're erasing them. If they can put it on, fill it in, they fill it in. So therefore, if that is the way that they are doing it, then that means your signature is going to always match up, because they're not trying to forge your signature. They're trying to forge your vote.
In the house, they can't get out the house, they can't walk, whatever. They would have a nephew, a cousin, a family member, or someone from the organization that's doing this to come and pick up their ballot. The only difference there is they have to sign the ballot themselves on the envelope, and they call messenger ballots. Now, we understand that the law has been changed that only one messenger ballot, one messenger can pick up 3 messenger ballots.
Okay.
That's it. But this organization is so good because they get monies from contracts they get on the board. They get monies to pay people to get 100, 150, 200 people to come and get 3 messenger ballots. That's how they get their hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of ballots. And it's going to happen Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, even Tuesday. These messenger ballots are going to take place. That's another whole new avenue than just a regular mail-in ballot. Okay, so it's a process that they have done for years. It's a process that nobody can crack until recently that we may have. Well, I'll just change that. But anyway, we're asking you, please, just don't give your ballot to no one. If you have a problem with getting your ballot somewhere, call the Board of Elections. There is a number there. Tell them that you have a problem of getting your ballot to where it has to go, and they will make sure that someone will come legally and pick up your ballot and take it to where it has to go, even if it's the mailman, okay, mail person. But so now we really, you got anything else?
Yeah,
okay,
I have
go ahead.
one more thing to say.
Sure.
Do I have to click the button? I'm already on.
Oh, I don't even know about
No,
it.
you good, you good.
Did I click it?
Yeah, you good, you good.
Okay.
You're both good, yeah.
Okay, lastly, my major thing is educating our citizens pertaining to voting. When people come to you to ask you to vote for a candidate, I'm asking everyone to do their homework on the person that's coming to you to ask you to vote for somebody.
Yeah.
And ask them, what are they getting out of it? Do your homework on why you're coming. What are you getting out of it? And do your homework on the candidate that's running. Make sure that when you go to vote, you're voting for a candidate that you trust your life in their hands. If you don't trust them, don't vote for them. Don't do it because somebody else wants you to do it. Do it because you did your homework on this person, you went to their background, you see what they're doing, vote for them. Whoever's coming to you to ask you to vote for them, ask their name, do your background check on them too, and find out why do you want this person in office.
Yeah.
So do your homework, because you have people out here that's getting other people to run for office, and a lot of people that's sitting up there, and I'm speaking on our board, no names, but we have a lot of people up there that don't know what the heck is going on and just voting whichever way they are told or instructed to vote on, or they may have got together the day before to say, okay, this is what we're going to do, and they can sound convincing where the person say, oh, okay, and go ahead and do it. Even y'all ladies, gentlemen, when y'all come on the board, Don't let nobody persuade you to vote whichever way.
That's right.
Do your homework.
That's right.
If you have any questions,
That's right.
pick up that 18 and that 6A book. If you still have questions, and I'm saying, because Miss Graves, she's always like, certain people told me she knows these law books from inside and out. She always is willing to answer questions, and if you don't get it from there, it's always a ladder to go to. It's always a ladder to go to. Because I'm not going to say, Doris, vote because I want you to vote. If I feel like, and we have a discussion, I'm going to be like, listen, this is how I feel about it, but you do your homework and get your opinion about it.
Right.
Because you should feel comfortable with your vote. You should be able to go home consciously and sleep good that night to know that you made a vote that's supposed to make a difference. And at the end of the day, one person can't do it by themselves.
That's right.
It's going to take everybody to work together, or at least 5 people to work together. And as long as it's no hidden agenda, nobody saying that they want to be more than what you should be or less than what you should be, everybody should be together on the same page and accord. And I know Jerome is, say he's a certified board member. And my only thing with that is, I want to be certified.
That's right.
I want to be certified. Yes, I
You want to be
do.
certified.
That's right.
But just like driver's license and everything else, it has an expiration date, and you have to get recertified. And being recertified put you up onto all new laws, rules, policies, and regulations. So you can't go back on the past. We got to deal with the future and start doing things as of what's going to benefit us now, because what happened years ago may not work right now.
That's right. That's
We
correct.
always have to be recertified. Is a certified board member lifetime, or do you have to get?
It's lifetime.
Oh, it's a lifetime.
But they have other certifications.
Okay.
Where you can go or another level. Level. I just found out there's 3 more levels I can go.
Oh, okay.
But once you're certified, you're certified.
For life.
For life. Because you learn. You know what to do. It's like, things come up. And you said once the board member gets on, your mind, you have to make up your mind. But the real deal is the board president. The board president is responsible that all 8 board members know 9, including himself, but know exactly what they're voting on, that they have discussion on those issues and in committees or whole committee as a whole. And so when you make your vote, you're making it based on everything that was said to you. Now, if the board president...
And doing your homework.
If the board president sees that someone's struggling with something, then that is the job of the board president to instruct them how to get that more information or ask for more information. Or the board president contacts every board member. By phone, forget this email stuff. By phone or in person. Supposed to. And that's what we got to do. We got to change with the leadership is what is really what's needed right now. Because right now, I've never received a phone call from my board president about anything. Okay? But that's not the way as a board you're supposed to work. See, as a board, we are to make sure the district runs well. Not that we run it. We hire people to run it. They are responsible to come back to the full board and tell us why we haven't hit the mark. When they don't tell us why we haven't hit the mark, then we evaluate the superintendent to say, why didn't you get this person to do what they had to do? The superintendent is the only position in the district that's hired by the board and is responsible to be evaluated by the board. The board does not evaluate anybody else only through the superintendent, okay? But the superintendent, the buck stops with that person. So if somebody's not doing right in the district, and the administrator's not doing right or whatever, it is the superintendent that should be informed by board members, and the superintendent comes back with a report to the full board of why certain things are going on that is going on. There's nothing that the board should not know. The board should know everything. Now, certain things board members may not want to know, but it is the responsibility of the board president and the superintendent to make sure the board members, the full board, is fully aware before you make that vote. Because when you go home at night, I want to sleep well. I want to know that I didn't do something that, our decision can really mess up our children and staff. So we got to be right on point, okay? And that's not what we're getting now. And we're asking the citizens of Pleasantville to come out and make the difference and hold us accountable. Hold me accountable. Hold Miss Rowell. Hold Miss Sparkman accountable. Hold us accountable. Hold Miss Morgan accountable.
Say, don't forget me.
Hold Miss Morgan accountable. But
I have a good reputation. People know that I'm for the people. I have no hidden agendas. I'm about, and one more thing. I know everybody keeps saying that we don't talk, meaning board members is not talking enough about students and the children. And my thing on that is we have to help these teachers so therefore they can give our children. Our children can't teach themselves. So we have to do what we need to do by these teachers, hold them accountable, meaning hold the superintendent accountable, because we are not supposed to be involved into no day-to-day operations. A board member is not supposed to do that. And a board member is only a board member when you're at the board meeting. You're not a board member once you leave out of there. You've been elected for a board member, but that only plays the part when you're at that table, when you're in executive session, or when you're coming to a committee meeting. You're not allowed to. And yes, we can make recommendations to the superintendent, but we cannot chastise the superintendent if he don't do what we recommend. How we get to do him is when it's time for his evaluation, and when it's his evaluation, then we can say we brought up this matter, and you didn't do anything. So then you're getting evaluated on the things that we thought that could be improved that you chose to ignore. Outside of that, we cannot use our hat to bully the superintendent to say, listen, I'm a board member, I'm the president, you have to do this, you have to do that. We can't do that. We get him or her when it's time for evaluation, and we write what he did not do to improve it. So therefore, some people put those hats on and thinking they king or queen almighty, and that's not how it goes. We're there for a purpose, and we say to children, but without helping the teachers, we're not helping our children. So that's my input on it, and as long as I'm on that board, I'm going to fight for justice for all. I know it sounds like a little speech type thing right there, but I'm going to fight for what is needed by staff, so therefore staff can make sure that our environment is safe and secure for our children. I want to make sure that our staff is safe and secure coming in that building. I want to make sure that whatever these staff need that's bothering them, that's stopping them from being productive to give our students what they need, I want to see and make sure that that situation is addressed. I can't do it by myself. But one thing for sure, everybody know I'm a leader. We're going to make sure some things happen when we get our whole new team on here, where we're all in one accord, no one better than the other one, because it has to be done. And as long as everybody is on that same page, we're going to make it. And I don't mean Jerome page, I mean on the same page. I know, I said that because we're on the same page. You know,
I heard that joke before.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, dang, I wasn't original.
I thought you wasn't original. But Ms. Morgan, I want to thank you. You know, we ran together, we ran as a team. That's right. Straight.
And we beat those mailing ballots.
We will do again. We will do again.
Y'all have my full support, and anybody support, and I'm going to say, anybody that support me, you want me in this seat, y'all want me to do better, y'all think I have more power than what I had, I'm only one voice like I told y'all, but to have accommodation of more than one voice, we can get the job done. I have faith in y'all. And by me having faith in y'all and sitting here, like Jerome say, I stay on him, I ain't letting y'all fail. No, at all. No.
That's it. Just to wrap it up, teaching the Pleasantville, this is one of the most important lessons ever, because we have statewide. State is at a point now where they want to come in and take over the district. They're giving us a shot here, one more shot here, for the citizens to control over these people. There's over 500 some spending what money we should be spending. What why programs we had are not there. Bring them back. We need the parent liaison. We need to bring that person back, that group back, because they have get into the they bring the parents out. They have dropped the mic night, talent shows, and all that stuff we need to bring back. Because why? It strengthens our children. Our children love to see their parents in school. You know, they do. They really love to see them until they get to high school. They say, Mom, okay, stay in the car, Mom. Stay in the car, Dad. I can walk and do it myself. But that means that, you know, we need to improve it. You know, with this board, we can. And I feel comfortable with that. All right?
Let me do a close out because you hit some things there. By them being new, they come on. Another thing, piggybacking off of what Jerome said, as far as we need to maintain control of our own district, is very, very important to change the leadership in our district. And we need a strong leader that's going to take our district from the state monitor. Not only do we have one state monitor, we have two. That is sad. If y'all haven't followed before, look how our district is now than what it was before. We have two state monitors, and our second state monitor there is wishing that we all come on one accord, do the right thing, so therefore the state won't take over. But we need strong leadership. We need a person that's going to be strong in that spot, no hidden agenda. All about staff and students is very, very, very important to change the leadership and get it going correctly. I wish the citizens could get up there and vote who they want in seats. And that'll make a difference, because at the end of the day, it's y'all that we're servicing, and that's your children. So help us, help your children as long as that. And another thing that Jerome has said, how the parents need to come out there with parent liaison. I mentioned, this is my 4th year on the school board. I mentioned before that we need to offer transportation. Even if the teachers, even if the parents have to meet at the elementary schools, where we can have a bus to go pick them up from the elementary school to bring them back over to the school for the board meeting and take them back home. Because I know when my children was in school, I said, I'm not walking over that bridge to get to no meet or nothing like that. Tell them to call me on the phone. But had I had transportation, I would have been there. So I put myself in other parents' shoes when it comes to certain things. So if they don't have transportation, that could be a good reason why they're not showing up at these meetings. That could be a reason why when they see us in the street, they coming to us with their problems. Because that's the only how they can address us with their problems, is because they can't make it there. So again, I'm going to keep asking, can we get transportation? Even if it's only one bus to hit each school to try to pick up the parent and get a parent the times that the bus is going to be there. Give them a 5-minute grace period time, and then bring them. So if that means they got to be there a little bit early before the meeting, bring your snack with you. You know what I mean? But we need transportation to get our parents to these meetings and back home safely, because it's not good or fair that they have to walk across the busy highway for where our school is located. It's dark. So I'm going to end it, because I only came as a guest, and y'all know me, when I feel strongly about something, I go on and on and on. So I'm going to hand it the mic back. And this is an excellent team. I have this flyer. It came in the mail. Nobody knocked on my door to give it to me like the other flyers that I received. And this is in my truck. And we will be out there like we was with me, telling everybody, 1, 2, 3, ready to go. Y'all welcome.
Ms. Morgan, thank you for your passion, story. A lot. So it's your second year just from a parent. Just want to say thank you. Really appreciate it. So, could you explain what it would take for you?
that's why I stayed. And I told Ms. Brady, I'm not going there just so I can sit there to say, okay, I'm a board member, I'm a board member. If I cannot be productive, I don't want to be there. So I kept saying, yes, I'm on. No, I'm not on. I kept going back and forth, and then I did it because the community was like, why are you running on school board? You should run for mayor. You should do this, because I've done a lot in my community, and I have the receipts to show all that I've done, and nothing was to benefit me. It was for to benefit everybody else. So I stayed the first year. Everybody left me, and I still stayed because people, meaning citizens and teachers, asked me to stay. And at that time, I'm like, I'm only one voice. I can't get nothing done. And then they were saying to me, at least we have one voice in no voice. And that meant a lot. So I stayed. But yes, I did think about being president. At first, I kept saying, no, I don't want to be president. I'm not ready for that because I didn't feel like I learned enough to. And before Mr. Page came on, he was telling me, Ms. Morgan, I've been watching you. You ready for that position? I'm telling Mr. Page, I said, well, I'm not. I'm not. He kept saying, yes, you are. I said, no, I'm not. And then everybody else kept telling me. But if the opportunity presents itself, I would, because of what I learned and what he has taught me.
Kept pushing it. But I know Mr. Page has a lot of experience. So therefore, you know, last year we had a little, I don't want to say this, we bumped a little heads about presidency spot. But at the end of the day, neither one of us had gotten it. You know, and that's a feeling that you don't want to have when you are running together and your teammates, because then you make it, you don't want to feel like, oh man, maybe this is why he wanted me to run for it, or this is why she wanted me to run for it. You don't want that feeling, because once you start getting that feeling and you sitting up there on the board, then they make you want to question every little thing and every move that they make, and you don't want to feel uncomfortable. You know, and I felt uncomfortable for a long time. You know, so I'm at ease. I like the way things is going. I like the questions that he's asking. I like the help that he's trying to give. And whichever way it goes, I know I have his support. He knows he's had my support. And at the end of the day, leadership has to change, because we got two state monitors. It has to go. It has to go. I don't know if I answered the question or not, but I don't know.
Yeah, so in other words, like, without a new president, you feel nothing would change. That's
no, I don't. I honestly don't.
Which was the base of my question. So
I'm sorry.
Our first order of business is we need a new president.
That's the reorganization meeting. Every year, the reorganization meeting, the board selects a new president and a vice president.
That's
every year.
Yes.
So with this election, we can say, Ms. Morgan and I can say that will happen.
Oh yes.
That will
it has
happen.
to happen.
Yeah, because we got two state monitors under the old leadership.
We see it.
Yes.
You know, the entire community sees what's going on. The entire community sees who exactly is running the board. You know, it's 9 people up there. One is running it.
Yes.
And to tag on what Ms. Morgan was saying, and Ms. Sparkmon was saying, and Mr. Page was saying, we all are the ones that are coming on the board, and the ones we have on the board, we're all going to be on the same accord. We all have the same goal in mind. So, of course, that presidency is going to change. But in my closing, I just want you guys to come out on Tuesday, press your way out. If you need a ride, what's the number again, Jerome, for the?
609-513-8922. 609-513-8922.
Yes, so we'll see you at the polls on Tuesday.
Y'all know I'm a play free.
So we're going to end it. Is this ended or done?
We still rocking.
We're still
I just want to
rocking.
hop in there this time to let y'all know I fully endorse these candidates. You know what I'm saying? I don't even do that.
Thank you.
You know
Thank you.
Very
Thank
welcome.
you.
They very deserving. And if y'all don't have your face in the place, y'all disgrace to your race.
Thank you.
And I'm upset because I'm his sister and he ain't say that on mine.
I'm still learning.
Let me just close by
endorse
saying
what you
I welcome Ms. Morgan here. I really appreciate what she gives to the board, and
appreciate
we
you.
all,
Thank you.
as a full board, will learn as we move on. and I like that. The one thing I like to share with Ms. Morgan is that, yeah, we want parents to come to the board meetings. We want the community to come to the board meetings. And I have an idea that I'll share with Ms. Morgan later, how that can happen. Because if they talk about no busing, we don't have the money, whatever, there's a way we can do it. And I think you will agree with me when I tell you what it is. But right now, we have November the 5th, from 6 in the morning to 8 in the evening, p.m. We're asking you to come out and vote. Knock on your neighbor's door. Ask them, did you vote today? Get out and vote, please. You know, to my Christian friend, family, the ones that we believe in Christ, I need you to come out. We pray all the time, and God says continue prayer, but He also says take action. So I'm asking you to come out and vote.
And
take action and bring somebody with you. Take action. Prayer does work, but it also takes action to make things happen. And God is with that on that, no matter what religion you are in. So I'm asking you, come on out, and let's, I told last people that we was here, the last time we was on air, that we're going to have a spread on that day. If everything comes out the way it comes out on Tuesday, we're going to have a spread outside of what they call the executive room, the room we go in the back.
Executive session.
Executive session. We're going to have our spread in the public and let the public share with our victory and with our things. So all the food.
I ain't never had one.
And we're not going to worry about trying to put it on the taxpayers to pay for that spread. I mean, just something little nice snack or whatever. But no steak and shrimp or stuff like that. But anyway.
Here I go again. I ran with Jerome. Me and my grandkids was out there day and night. Y'all can look on my Facebook page. And I ain't have a spread. I had a slice of pizza. Now all of a sudden he want to be Big Willie spread. I said, go ahead, y'all gonna play. I'm jealous. But nah, I support it.
God bless Pleasantville. God bless everyone. Amen. Good night.
Amen.
Thank you.
Just want to add a personal thank to Mr. James King for his participation and always being available when I asked him to come, never having to say no. He's always here. I just want to thank you, Mr. King, for your support and your help in this whole scenario here. Without you, we would not be able to get this out to the people of Pleasantville, and we appreciate that, and I would say the same with the others.
And we thank you for your work in the community. We appreciate you so
609,
much.
bye.
Yeah, bye. 609.
Y'all gonna make a gangster cry.
You done? You good?
Thanks, James King, by 609. Thank you for taking the time out and come to interview us and getting the word out. Thanks for all you do in the community. Thanks for being our radio station.